Berni Plett, a problem. Our problem, Berni Plett.
My grade 4 teacher requested a meeting with my parents because he was fed up with my continuous "pardon me." At that meeting, Herr Orlov told my parents, "Your son is too slow for my class." And when my parents became defensive, "If you want him to continue in grade 4, provide a psychological evaluation. Because for me, he is a problem." Madam Countess Chair, fellow Toastmasters, and most welcome guests, have you ever been labeled a problem? Generally, we refer to someone as a problem when we lack understanding and empathy for their situation. In Herr Orlov's case, getting rid of me required less effort than understanding why so often I asked him to repeat instructions. The year after I moved to Canada, I had the opportunity to volunteer at Camp Armes as a camp counselor. The kids would arrive on Monday morning and then were picked up on Sunday afternoon. The first 2 weeks went fine. Then a problem boy arrived. Joe was only 10, he looked like 14. Orientation wasn't over and he already beat up 2 boys. During our first supper meal, when I said grace for the food, he interrupted with "God who?" For that, I took away his dessert. He grabbed someone else's and then gobbled it up while I chased him through the dining hall. On day 2, when I told Joe he had to wait before he could jump on the trampoline, he grabbed the ankle of the boy that was jumping and pulled him down mid-flight. I was at the end of my wits that evening during story time. He interrupted with swear words. I counted till 3. He kept on swearing. I grabbed him by the arm. "Why won't you listen?" He spit at me and then kicked me. I had no other options but to use my last resort. I locked him out of the cabin. He was now officially on mosquito patrol. When story time was over, "Are you ready to behave?" He swore back. I locked the door again. Then through the window, "Counsel, please, I'll behave." It seemed like a dream. It wasn't. It was past 2 a.m. I'd fallen asleep on him. The following day, I noticed, with some regret, Joe had a lot of mosquito bites on his arms and legs. But he was no wiser for it. Breakfast was ruined for everyone when he spit into the porridge container. "That's it, Joe. I'm calling your parents to pick you up." This boy didn't just have a problem. He was a problem. I used the camp office phone. His mom pleaded with me to keep him. "I can't pick him up anyway," she said. "I don't have a car. I'm a single mother on social assistance. Joe never had a father." And then she added, "You can hit him as much as you like. That is the only way he listens." Armed with this new knowledge, I decided to take Joe for a walk into the woods. "Your mom gave me permission to hit you." He attempted to run away from me. I had no intentions of hitting Joe, no matter what his mom told me. I'd been spanked enough in my days to know that this short-term solution can have a long-term psychological effect. Instead, I invited Joe to sit down on this fallen tree, and I told him about my childhood. "Joe, when I was your age, I promised myself that if I ever became a dad, I would never hit my child. Your mom says it's the only way you listen. How about you show me different? This coming week, during those days, how about you will be my son? And you're going to show your dad that you can listen. Can we shake hands with that?" Not only did Joe behave after that handshake, he became an attentive son. "Daddy-o, can I help you carry that canoe? Can I sit beside you during story time? Daddy-o, I volunteer to sweep the cabin." When Sunday arrived and all those kids were picked up, Joe was the only one from my cabin that stepped into that big, yellow, almost empty school bus. He leaned out of the window, "Bye, Daddy-o!" And then he said, "When I get home, I'm going to prove to Mom she doesn't have to beat me anymore." As I waved by, my eyes welled up. Joe knew he wasn't as blessed as the other campers, with two parents that owned cars and homes. Yet for at least a few days that week, he had earned with pride the respect from a temporary father. Back in that empty cabin, I already missed those kids, especially the one who called me Daddy-o. Regretfully, I remember it had taken 2 entire days for Joe the problem to be accepted as Joe with a problem. The difference? Attempting to get rid of someone or offering help. My grade 4 teacher's request to have a psychological evaluation was fulfilled. "This boy is fine," said Dr. Morinigo, "but his hearing is very poor." A follow-up test revealed that my right ear was plugged solid, and when flushed, out came a germinated watermelon seed. Still from that previous summer when my cousin Udo decided that my head was the perfect spot to crack open an entire watermelon. Now there was someone in need of therapy. When her Orlov read the doctor's report, he knelt to my height. "I'm glad it was only your hearing." And he added, "I am sorry how I treated you." That admission was a valuable lesson for someone labeled a problem.